ones used in other types of model airplanes. Many of today's modelers prefer free-flight airplanes because of the challenge of making an airplane take off, fly, and land safely only by adjusting power, balance, and wing and tail surface settings. Flying free-flight model airplanes has been compared to fly fishing because of the finesse and dedication to detail necessary to achieve rewarding results.
There is a wonder of flight, and no matter how long you're at this or how jaded you think you got, you can't believe the high you get to watch something that you designed, built, and created, and the wonder of it all, it flies.
In the late 1930s, a practical system for flying engine-powered model airplanes at the end of a pair of steel wires was developed. Control line flying rapidly grew in popularity because it allowed large, powerful models to be flown on small fields and open lots. And most compelling, it permitted actual hands-on control of the airplane in flight. Even today, this direct contact is unique to control line flying, and many model pilots prefer it for this reason. While simple control line models are a natural for younger children to start with, sophisticated versions of these seemingly simple airplanes provide the basis of very spirited competition. These racing models are being flown in events that require completion of a set number of laps with several pit stops for refueling. The speed of these planes can exceed 100 miles per hour in some classes. Control line combat is even more intense, with two pilots flying closely matched models towing paper streamers. Each tries to cut the other's streamer without losing his own. Perhaps the most classically beautiful control line models are the precision aerobatic airplanes. Designed to be flown through a demanding series of flight maneuvers, these models and their pilots become part of an intricate ballet that blends man and machine in a balance of raw power and delicate control. Other categories, such as flying from simulated aircraft carrier decks and events for scale models, present a wide range of challenges in control line model flight. Although a few experimental radio-controlled models were flown during the 1930s, RC airplanes remained exotic and uncommon through the decade following World War II. They did not become really practical until multiple control function radios, based on miniaturized solid-state electronics developed for the U.S. space program, became available during the mid-1960s. The early days of radio-controlled model airplanes were characterized by a continuing quest for increased control and reliability. Flight control was usually measured by the ability to do aerobatic maneuvers. Most early RC models were flown with rudder control alone. Modelers' ingenuity and the desire of the model airplane industry to create improved products led to the development of control systems that allow today's aerobatic models to rival the capabilities of full-scale airshow airplanes. These aerobatic models demonstrate the level of accomplishment that has become commonplace at competitions all over the world. The same increased sophistication of control that made intricate aerobatics possible also made multiple plane racing practical. No sooner had these precise control systems appeared on the market than the first closed-course pylon race event was proposed during the mid-1960s. Today's racing airplanes compete in several different classes based on engine displacement and cover the course at speeds as high as 180 miles per hour. These Formula One pylon race models are among the most attractive model airplanes. Owing to their speed, they're also very demanding of pilot skills and coordination and require intricate teamwork. During the 1970s, radio-controlled model helicopters became practical. They are very complex mechanically and demand top-quality control systems and a serious commitment to mastering flying skills. Today's RC helicopters are capable of an impressive range of performance, all the way from relaxed hovering at the local club field to precision maneuvers in competition. In the hands of a master pilot, an RC model helicopter designed for freestyle flying can execute flight routines beyond the capabilities of even the most advanced full-scale military machines. Scale models representing full-size airplanes have always been popular. In recent years, increasingly sophisticated and reliable radio control systems have made them more practical. RC scale model airplanes have become larger and more complex, and designs which were once considered too difficult to represent in model form can now be built and flown safely by experienced pilots. One of the most striking examples is this magnificent B-29. Built to represent an airplane flown by the builder's father during World War II, this model's appearance on the ground and in the air speaks for itself. Other master-class scale models flown in top-level competition need little introduction. These jet models, representing a T-33 and an F-80 from the early years of the jet age, are powered by real working miniature jet turbine engines. As though coming back to life from another era, this Waco VKS-7 demonstrates the scale model builder's aim of replicating the appearance of the full-scale airplane in flight. It is powered by a working 7-cylinder, 4-stroke radial engine. Not all scale models are flown in competition, nor do they require exotic engines. This model of a Curtiss Robin from the late 1920s uses a single-cylinder, 2-stroke glow-plug engine. Here, it is doing relaxed takeoffs and landings at a local model club's grass field. This model of a 1941 Taylorcraft light plane is exactly 1/4 the size of the full-scale airplane. The intent in flying such a model is to demonstrate the flight characteristics of the full-size aircraft. This Taylorcraft is powered by an electric motor rather than an internal combustion engine. Some of the most interesting radio-controlled models are powered by an often overlooked energy source, the air itself. Sailplanes of all sizes, from full-scale to the smallest models, can soar for hours in the rising air of thermal updrafts or in lift generated by wind blowing up the slopes of hills or mountains. These small models are radio-controlled hand-launched gliders. Just as the name implies, they are literally thrown into the air. Practice in launching and flying technique and a knowledge of thermals make long-duration flights possible. Larger sailplane models are sent aloft using very long elastic bungee cord type launchers or electric-powered winches like the one used here. Released at an altitude of several hundred feet, these models are flown in search of thermals for duration soaring or put through aerobatic maneuvers while in a descending glide. Whenever a steady wind blows directly against the face of a hill or ridge, birds, models, and full-size sailplanes alike can soar for hours. Here at Torrey Pines, just north of San Diego, California, sailplane enthusiasts have discovered and preserved one of the finest slope-soaring sites in the entire United States. These radio-controlled scale model sailplanes are being launched off the face of the cliff alongside full-size man-carrying aircraft. The abundant lift allows skilled pilots to keep them aloft, limited only by the battery duration of the control system, for as long as the wind continues to blow in off the Pacific Ocean.
My profession for the last 30 years has been as a doctor of internal medicine. In my office at work, I have some mobiles of model airplanes, and oftentimes some of the patients ask me about it, why they're there, and I explain to them that it's part of my hobby. The mobiles open the conversation, and through that, they begin to understand how model aviation could help them. There have been several of them that have actually joined our club as a result of that introduction.
Modelers are modelers. It don't make any difference which language you speak. You all speak airplane.
People are what make it. We've traveled around the world. We have friends around the world, and it has been my life, period.
The biggest joy is the people that you meet and stay friends with and converse with for the rest of your life.
For more information on model airplanes, call 1-800-435-9262.
So it's really been a great part of my life, and as long as I can keep going, I'm going to keep modeling.